When we think about animal behavior, we often have a very specific picture in mind, one that's been shaped by years of nature documentaries and textbooks. But what if I told you that the animal kingdom, especially the world of primates, is far more complex and diverse than we've been led to believe? Today, we're re-diving deep into a topic that has been observed for decades, but is only now getting the attention it deserves. Same-sex behavior in primates. Get ready, because what you're about to learn might just change how you see our closest animal relatives. Let's start with a common misconception. For a long time, any sexual behavior in animals that didn't lead to reproduction was dismissed as practice, a mistake, or just plain weird. Same-sex encounters, in particular, were often ignored by researchers or explained away as dominance displays. But as we've spent more time observing primates in their natural habitats, a different story has emerged. It turns out same-sex behavior is not just a rare anomaly. It's a widespread and normal part of social life for many primate species. We're talking about everything from affectionate grooming and cuddling to full-on sexual mounting between individuals of the same sex. Take Japanese macaques, for example. These snow monkeys are famous for their hot spring baths, but they also have a fascinating social life. Female Japanese macaques are known to form temporary but very intense same-sex bonds. They'll spend days together, grooming each other, huddling for warmth, and engaging in sexual behaviors. These relationships are so common in some troops that they can be a major part of the female's social and sexual experiences. It's not about mistaking a female for a male. It's a genuine preference for a female partner, even when males are available. And it's not just the macaques. Let's travel to the rainforests of Central Africa to meet the bonobos. Bonobos are one of our closest living relatives, alongside chimpanzees, and their society is famously matriarchal and peaceful. One of the keys to their social harmony is what scientists call sociosexual behavior, and a huge part of that is same-sex interaction, especially among females. When tensions rise in a bonobo group, perhaps over food, two females will often resolve the conflict not with aggression, but with a behavior known as genitogenital rubbing, or GG rubbing. It's a way to build alliances, reduce stress, and strengthen social bonds. For bonobos, sex is like a social handshake, and it happens between all combinations of individuals. But what about the males? Absolutely, male-male mounting is seen in dozens of primate species, from squirrel monkeys to gorillas. For a long time, this was almost exclusively interpreted as a show of dominance. One male mounts another to say, "I'm the boss." And yes, sometimes that is the case. Dominance hierarchies are a big deal in many primate societies. However, reducing all male-male sexual behavior to just a power play is a huge oversimplement. Let's look at rhesus macaques. Studies have shown that some males form long-term bonds with other males, acting as partners to defend resources and support each other in conflicts. These partnerships are often cemented through sexual mounting. It's a way of affirming their coalition, a bit like a secret handshake that solidifies their team. In other cases, younger males might mount each other as a form of social practice, learning the mechanics of sexual behavior in a low-stakes environment. Sometimes it just seems to be for pleasure or social bonding, with no clear link to dominance at all. This brings us to a really important question. Why does this happen? If evolution is all about passing on your genes, why would animals spend time and energy on behaviors that don't lead to offspring? This is where we have to expand our understanding of evolution. Survival isn't just about making babies. It's also about navigating a complex social world. Think of it this way. For a social animal like a primate, having strong alliances is crucial. A good friend can help you find food, protect you from predators, and support you in fights. Same-sex behaviors can be a powerful tool for building and maintaining these critical friendships. In the case of the bonobos, resolving conflict without violence prevents injuries and keeps the group stable, which benefits everyone. For female Japanese macaques, forming close bonds with other females might give them social support or even help in raising their offspring later on. There's also the simple fact of pleasure. The idea that only humans have sex for pleasure is outdated. Many primates have the neurobiology to experience pleasure from sexual activity, and it makes sense that they would seek out those experiences regardless of the partner's sex. It can be a way to relieve stress, feel good, and strengthen social connections all at once. It's not an either-or situation. It's a both-and reality. So why haven't we heard more about this? Part of it is historical bias. Early research in animal behavior was conducted in a time when societal views on sexuality were very rigid. Researchers may have seen these behaviors but didn't record them, or they interpreted them through the lens of their own cultural norms, dismissing them as meaningless. It's a classic case of seeing what you expect to see. Thankfully, science is always evolving. A new generation of primatologists, many of them women, began to look at these behaviors with fresh eyes. They weren't afraid to ask new questions and challenge old assumptions. They documented what they saw without judgment, and the result is a much richer, more accurate picture of primate social life. We now know that same-sex behavior has been observed in over 1,500 animal species, from insects and fish to birds, and, of course, primates. It's a powerful reminder that the natural world is not as simple or straightforward as we might think. Nature is incredibly creative and flexible. There isn't just one right way to live, to form bonds, or to be a social animal. The diversity we see in primate behavior reflects a multitude of strategies for survival and well-being. By forming alliances, reducing conflict, practicing social skills, and seeking pleasure, these behaviors all contribute to the complex tapestry of primate society. Understanding this doesn't just make us smarter about animals, it can also teach us something about ourselves. It shows us that social bonding, affection, and complex relationships are deeply rooted in our own evolutionary history. The next time you watch a nature documentary, look closer. The real story is often in the details, in the interactions that don't fit the simple narrative. The primate world is full of surprises, and the more we learn, the more we realize how much we still have to discover. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the fascinating world of primate behavior. If you found this as interesting as I do, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content that challenges what you think you know. And I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What surprised you the most about this? See you in the next video.